Have you ever had to set a boundary with someone who's a narcissist? Hey, I'm Chrissy, the emotional intelligence nurse, and this is a follow-up video on how and when to set a boundary. I'll link it here for you. So, how on earth do you set a boundary with someone who is narcissistic? That is a tough conundrum of life many of us, myself included, have experienced firsthand. So, a quick review is that a boundary is an internal limit for yourself. To have this internal limit, you need to know yourself well. You need to know your yellow and your red flags of when you're getting triggered and the types of triggers that stir things up from you, things that make the past present. So that is your own internal work, and setting a boundary is realizing what you can and can't tolerate, where your values are and where they end, and what you will do to maintain that internal limit. So if I am in an interaction with somebody who has narcissistic traits and I start to feel that I am being gaslit, I am starting to notice my internal thoughts of questioning my own body and my sensations of that's not right, that's not what I said, that's not what I meant, you're not giving me space to interact with you in a respectful and reciprocal manner, then that's your yellow flag right there that something is a little bit off. And a boundary is being able to notice that that is off and then having your own self-protective ways to either put a pause or a halt to that interaction. And the easiest way is to simply and as neutrally as possible say, I'm not available for this conversation. I'm not able to continue this conversation. The reason you want to put a stop to it is because you can't, quote unquote, put or state a boundary with someone who has narcissistic traits. Often, if you have ever tried that with someone who is a narcissistic personality, that will be received as a threat and it's going to be received as a challenge, and that just gives that person more ammunition to try and keep that painful dynamic cycling around and around. So a boundary is internal, you are responsible for it. You have to kind of be able to pick up on your cues when you're being triggered, when you're being gaslit, when things are being twisted, and you have to manage your own boundary of I am not available for this conversation, because the other person, the person with the narcissistic traits, is not looking out for you, and they're not looking out for your boundaries, and they are not looking to invest in a respectful and reciprocal conversation. I'm Chrissy, the emotional intelligence nurse. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe. If you have information you want to add that is insightful or somebody else may find helpful, throw it down in the comments. What's something that you learned? What is another way that you have found helpful in navigating relationships with narcissistic traits? And don't forget to subscribe, where I share information just like this. I like to stir up some conversation, some reflection, and keep the good information flowing. I'll catch you around.